the first move in the lower spine section is what is known as circular movements. The therapist is using her thumbs and just apply slight pressure on the coccyx, bottom of the spine, in little circular movements. From when you start with this movement until you end, you can increase the pressure slightly.
The next move is a fanning move. Basically what you're doing here is anchoring your hands with your fingers and then apply pressure with the palm of your hand, tracking the hip bone of the person you are massaging. It's very important to apply pressure downwards and upwards with this move. You can do this 7 to 8 times before you move on to the next move. The next movement is called a ringing movement. Basically what you're doing once again is applying pressure upwards and downwards as you're moving your hands past each other. At this stage you can increase the pressure once again slightly, but still not a lot. Make sure you push down as well as pulling back up as you move your hands past each other. Now the next move you learn is just a pulling move. Basically take your hands as far down as you can by the side of your person you're massaging and then pull it all the way over the spine. Make sure you don't actually cross the spine and lift your hand up just before you get there. Make sure you apply pressure all the time from the moment you touch the body at the bottom all the way until you get to the spine. The next move is called kneading. It's a very straightforward move and you make sure you apply quite a lot of pressure at this stage. Basically what you're doing is make your hand in a V and move from side to side. See how the therapist is showing this stage? That's exactly what you're doing, and you're just kneading the muscle slightly and then change hands. Now the first move we're going to do in the middle and upper back spine is just a very easy pressing movement. Basically what you're doing is crossing your thumbs and make sure each of them are exactly on one of your spine muscles
and you just push it very slightly all the way to the top of the spine and then come back around the side. At this stage you can increase the pressure once again very slightly. The second move in the middle, back and upper spine section is once again a nice kneading movement with the thumbs. Basically what you're doing is apply a fair amount of pressure and just alternate the thumbs as you go all the way up to the spine again and then come back by the sides. Make sure that your hands that's supporting your thumbs at this stage is actually flat, otherwise you might hurt the person that's being massaging if it's in a fist. You can do this 2 to 3 times on each side of the spine. The next move is once again a knuckling movement. Similar to the one we did in the warm-up, you make your hand a fist again and then just move the knuckles up and down one side of the spine. Make sure to cover the whole area from the bottom of the spine all the way up. At this stage you can increase the pressure once again very slightly. The next move is very similar to the first one we did in this section, and it's once again a kneading with the thumbs move. This is very similar to the move we just did, and it's moving up and down the spine, kneading towards the outside. For demonstration purposes, we're only going to show you the one side, but do make sure you do this move on both sides of the spine. The next move is similar to the one we did at the bottom of the spine, but this time we're just pressing down with the palms of our hands. You can use a similar pressure to the two moves we've done just before. Once again, remember to move up and down the spine. See how she's actually lifting her hands up to demonstrate that you only use the palm of your hand to push down. And remember to do it on both sides of the spine, not just the one as we're doing it just for demonstration purposes again. Now the next move we're going to teach you is a little friction and circular movement with the fingers once again, down the spine. What she's doing is supporting her index finger with her middle finger, and she's just doing little frictions down the spine and then pushing it down towards the side. You can once again use a similar pressure as the move you just did before. As the therapist is showing, make sure you support your index finger with your middle finger, otherwise you'll get very tired and you may injure yourself. Let's quickly look at this move in a little more detail so that you know exactly what to do. See how the therapist is making sure she's supporting her index finger with her middle finger, as this is very important with this move. Now the next move is very similar to the first move we did, where the thumbs were alternating on the same side of the spine. This time, however, they're doing separate sides of the spine, and you're just moving up all the way to the top of the spine and then come all the way back and do it 3 or 4 times. At this stage you can increase the pressure once again slightly. Now the next move is a very simple, very straightforward move, but very effective. Basically what you're doing is putting your palms on each side of the spine and move it all the way up to the top and then come back down again. See how the therapist is lifting up her fingers to show you that she's not actually using her hands and only her palms. At this stage you can increase the pressure quite a bit just to make sure it's even more effective. Make sure you only push when you go upwards and not when you come back down again.